Welcome to another episode of Blackpack Homestead. Today on the homestead we're going to be doing some fermenting. If you're unfamiliar with fermenting, we're going to show you how that's done. It's very simple. All you need is distilled water and salt. Mason jar maybe. Today I'm doing beans. We're going to do some dilly beans. Process is super easy, very safe. Let's get started. First we're going to make some brine today. All you need is 2.5 tablespoons of salt. It could be pink Himalayan salt, it could be kosher salt, just can't be iodized, guys. You gotta have salt that is non-iodized. Let's get that brine going. Again, distilled water. It's that simple to make a brine, y'all. Voila, there's your brine. Now what you're going to do is you're going to fill your mason jars up with the herbs you're going to use. Make sure you keep them at the bottom of the mason jar. Today I'm going to be doing dill and a few other things. We'll see what we have in here to add. A little bit of fresh dill. Going in my jar. 1 clove of garlic. And now the fun part, guys. You take your beans and you put them down in your mason jar, just like that. Now you want to keep your brine, keep all your product under the brine here. So what I have here is a stone. Doesn't look like a stone, but that's what they call it. A weight. It's a weight. I bought these to come with a kit. I'm going to place this on here to keep my beans and my herbs below water level. You don't want it above water level. Once you get your stuff in there, you don't want to mess with it too much. And if you fill your jars, make sure not to fill them all the way up, because this will ferment and it'll bubble out the top. So you never want to fill your mason jars all the way up. If you notice that something is floating on the top there and it doesn't look great, if it's a fuzzy wuzzy, you can scoop it out. As long as everything's below water level, you'll be okay. You can give it the smell test and all. But if you get little white fuzzies in there, scoop it out. If you get a skim, it's because your ferment's hit its bloom phase, and that's what that is. So now we fill our jars up. People have been doing this for thousands of years, guys. It's one of the oldest and safest methods of preserving your food. Keeping it in there will extend its life weeks, if not months. If you put this thing in the fridge, the longer it goes, the stronger and more tart it's going to be. Let's do it. All my product is below water level. Just let this sit on your countertop for 5 days or so. You might want to put something under it in case it does bubble over. But that's how easy it is, guys. There's dilly beans in the making. In 5 days, you can take this off your countertops and stick it in your refrigerator and you're good to go. Why would you want to ferment anything? Well, if you're into probiotics and having good gut bacteria, this here alone probably has more lactobacillus in it than you'll get out of any yogurt from the store. When you buy pickles, they don't have any lactobacillus in it because your pickles have been sterilized through the canning process. Gut flora is super important to your health, and I think it'll help you be able to digest your greens better because they are kind of partially digested. For this batch here, you can use just a mason jar and make sure not to tighten it down all the way, or you can get these little nipples. And these are great. They breathe right there on the top. They let the excessive gas out without letting stuff into your ferment. Look at that, guys. It's amazing. You'll have an amazing product in 5 days after using this process. Might want to check it for a few days and make sure nothing weird is growing on the top of it. Like I said, if you get little fuzzies, you can scoop them out. As long as everything's below water level, you're good. Give it the smell test, all that. There's only been like 2 ever dying from fermented food throughout history, so Don't be too skittish about it. Get in there and try it. It's well worth doing. Now this is a real pickle, guys. Something that you get out of a kosher dill pickle probably. This is the real method of doing it. The quick pickle method, you just add a little vinegar and stuff to it. This is way better, just way better. If you like sauerkraut, this is right up your alley. You should give it a try. Give it a try. Oh, fresh dill's great. The bottom of my mason jar. I recommend that you put your herbs in first, because if you don't, what you're going to end up with is herbs floating to the top of your ferment here, and you do not want that. That's a no-no. You want to keep everything under water level. Got all my product in the jar. Putting my stone on it. You want to try and remove any kind of air bubbles that are in there. You want that brine to get all around it. Set it on a warm countertop, you're good to go. 5 days you'll have dilly beans or any other ferment you want to do. I've done cauliflower and broccoli. Not so big on it. Asparagus I love. Fermented asparagus is an amazing product. You ought to give that one a try. I highly recommend that one. But beans are right up there with it. I'd have to say they're right up there with it.
Fermented tomatoes.
Alright guys, you can ferment tomatoes as well. This one here I'm going to use a common lid on it. It's going to be barely on there. Just enough that the air can escape out of it. So light. Don't close it up guys, you'll blow your mason jars up. You don't want that. Yes. That's how easy it is to ferment anything, guys. Check them in a few days, make sure everything's going right with it. How can you beat it? Fresh pickles. Pickled green beans. You can pickle about any kind of vegetable you want. Give it a try. Try different things. You'll have a different effect every time you do it. I really hope you all enjoyed this episode today. I want to say thanks to Pauline out there. If you're watching, Pauline, I'm thinking about you. Guys, it's so easy and so simple. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new today. It's a new skill for you. New homesteading skill, survival skill, whatever you want. I just love pickles. I just love pickled green beans. God bless, guys. Until next time at the Blackpack Homestead. Bye-bye. Sauerkraut, kimchi, buttermilk, it's all been fermented. It's all fermented. Simple and easy, guys. Simple and easy.